Hi friends. So have you heard about full stack developer? So ideally we are talking and we have seen multiple requirement also that is for a full stack developer. Okay, so we have seen, you can see even thousands of openings are there if in job portal like Naukri, Monster, like that. We need a full stack developer, and even right now every organization, either a small, big or MNC, they are looking for full stack developer. So this is the highest demand kind of openings we are getting in the market right now. So what exactly the full stack developer? Is that a kind of technology? Is that a kind of framework, kind of practice, or it's a kind of role? Because ideally we are looking for full stack developer. So is it something kind of technology? No, it's not a kind of technology, it's a kind of role. See, in past, means in earlier days, the organization is looking someone specific to that particular skill set, like that organization is looking for backend developer, organization is looking for database administrator, or organization is looking for PL SQL developer, organization is looking for a UI developer, organization is looking for a UI designer. So right now, because organization is looking that you must have all this kind of skill set in a same person, like that. Okay, obviously in beginning it will be a little bit difficult, but right now it's common. Every organization is looking such kind of roles, and everyone is possessing such kind of skill set as well. So when we are saying like that full stack, it means it's a kind of combination of backend, it's a kind of server-side programming language that we are looking. It's a kind of user interface. Yes, user interface design, little bit. We should have the knowledge of design. Along with that, development and integration of that user interface with the backend. Okay, and the third one is the database. So basically, database is holding all the things, all the information in a persistent way. So basically, like that means whatever we are trying to do, the transactions, the entity, everything we are going to store in the database in a form of relational database, in a form of JSON based kind of database, or in different form of object way, storing the data in an object format, like that. So there are different database vendors are also there, like that. So basically when we are saying that full stack developer, we are looking for different kind of roles. So one is that server side script, okay, like that we have different server side languages are there, like that Node, Java, .NET. Okay, so another one is that database, like that there are different database vendors are there, Oracle, MongoDB, even DynamoDB, like that, or even MySQL, like that. It could be many different database vendors are there. Okay, third one is that that UI language. Basically the UI means whatever we are going to show to the end user. So what exactly we are going to do, that is a kind of user interface we are going to design, what the end user is looking in front of that. So that is a kind of user interface. So that is basically different languages are there for that. You can see like that Angular is quite popular nowadays, React is another one, Wow.js, or even in HTML also we can do like that. Okay, so this is the user interface. So this is another one thing, and we should have to know all these three different kind of skill, then only we could be a kind of full stack developer. So ideally when we are saying that suppose you do not have a kind of skill set, basic programming skill set, so suppose you want to start that, so what exactly you need? It's not something you can even start from scratch or from the beginning as well. So like that when we are trying to be a full stack developer, So first you have to understand the user interface, like that HTML, JavaScript. Later on you have to move to that server side languages like Node, Java, Python maybe. Later on you have to move to that integration of server side language and the database. Okay, so suppose you are going to use Node and you are going to connect MySQL, or maybe you are going to use Java and the backend Oracle or anything like that. So you need to have the skill set to integrate these two different technology, so the database and the server side language, to fetch the data, okay, and to pass the data to the end user. Okay, third one is coming, that is that user interface development, basically we can say, like that React, Angular, like that. So what exactly we are going to do when we are going to design a page? So in beginning we have to basically develop the page so that the page can accept the dynamic data, or page can accept the data that is coming from the server side language or from the backend. So that ideally we say as kind of integration. So it means in the first attempt we are going to design, develop and then integrate the page, that React, Angular, the page to the backend script, like that, to that different format we have. So right now the quite popular common is the REST, basically REST API, that is quite common. So whenever we are going to expose the data that is intended for that any UI languages like that React, Angular, Wow, so or even Flutter. So it means we need to expose the data in the form of REST. Okay, this is one of the building block of the full stack developer right now, because most of the application right now is being developed, and that has been, the data is exported in the form of REST format, like that. So that if the data is in the REST format, anyone can communicate with the backend, with the database, using the REST data structure, like that. So our UI must have the capability so that integrate with the REST data set, with the REST data, what we can say, like that. So it's a kind of integration of the UI along with the data what we are getting from the backend. So we can say collectively this is a kind of 4 different building block of a full stack developer. First one is that server side language we have to learn. Second one is the database, the backend, persistent storage, ideally what we say. Third one is the UI language like React, like Angular. Fourth one is the REST presentation of the data that we have to learn, and we have to know a little bit about the data structure as well, because unless and until we do not know how to present the data, how to format the data, how to basically compose, how to compose an object that is having different small kind of data that is used for that end user. So we cannot do more on that. So basically data structure is also one of the part that we have to learn, so that we can know that how the data is getting structured, that is ideally used for that website or for the mobile app. Okay, so guys, this is about the full stack developer. Yes, if we want to have a website, if we want to have a mobile application, we can do all this with full stack developer. So things are getting little bit changed. Suppose we are looking for a website, web application, and suppose we are looking for a mobile application. So in the case of mobile application, the almost React or Angular or Flutter, they have their native language. It's not that much different. Little bit differences are there while implementing the screens and the page, but moreover that internal architecture and moreover how to communicate with the data set is becoming the same. So suppose we are going to design the mobile application, everything will be same except that suppose we are for UI we are using React, we are going to use React Native. For Angular we are using that, we have to use Angular native script. We are going to use Flutter Web, then we have to use Flutter Native. So that is all about full stack developer. So I think better in future complete detail session we are going to discuss each and every part in small fragment, and we are going to discuss on the micro level. So we'll go through one by one session, we'll go through one by one topic even also. We'll see how we are going to do the things programmatically. We'll see what exactly the real challenges we are getting when we are going to design or develop an application. We will look into that the different problems like that, the different way to deploy that kind of application, because most of the applications right now what we are developing, that is getting deployed in cloud or either deployed in Docker like that. So we'll see a little bit of that also. So where exactly that is getting deployed. So that's it for today. I think we'll see in future session. Thanks again.